Captain Taehyun Kim stood at the window of the space station. His eyes were fixed on the strange ship outside. It was huge, at least 5 times bigger than any human ship. Its surface shone like water under moonlight. "They're ready to meet us," said Ju-woo. She was Taehyun's second-in-command, a small woman with sharp eyes and a quicker mind. Taehyun nodded. "Let them in." The door at the end of the room slid open. 3 tall beings walked in. They had to bend to pass through the human-sized door. Their skin was nearly see-through, like thin ice. Under it, Taehyun could see blue and green fluids moving in complex patterns. Each had 4 eyes set in a diamond shape on their face. They wore simple white clothes that seemed to float around their bodies. These were the Allins. They had arrived at the edge of Earth's solar system 1 month ago. Since then, they had sent only one message: "We come to observe." Do-hyun, the science officer, stood next to a screen showing readings from the room's sensors. He whispered to Taehyun, "Their hearts are beating fast. They're either excited or scared." Taehyun stepped forward. "Welcome to Earth Station 1. I am Captain Taehyun Kim. We are honored to meet you." The tallest Allin moved to the front. It looked down at Taehyun with all 4 eyes blinking at different times. When it spoke, its voice was like wind through trees, soft but strange. "We are the seekers of the Allin people. I am First Seeker Khan. We have traveled across many star systems to find this place." Ju-woo tapped on her tablet. "The translation system is working well," she said quietly. Taehyun smiled at the aliens. "What brings you to our solar system, First Seeker Khan?" The aliens' 4 eyes all blinked at once. "We search for the creators, those who made the stars and all life. Our ancient texts say they would wait for us among the stars." Taehyun looked at Do-hyun, who shrugged. This was not what they expected. "You mean gods?" Taehyun asked. The word made the sensors beep loudly. Do-hyun looked at his screen with wide eyes. "Their brain activity just spiked," he said. The 3 Allins moved closer together. Their skin changed color, becoming more blue than clear. First Seeker Khan's voice was stronger now. "Yes, the creators, the shapers of worlds. Where are they? Where do they live in this system? Our readings show this is where we will find them." Taehyun felt the weight of Earth's future on his shoulders. First contact with aliens, and they wanted to meet gods. "First Seeker Khan," he said slowly, "humans have many different beliefs about creators and gods. Many of us believe in different gods. Some believe in one god. Others believe there are no gods at all." The 3 Allins became completely still. Their skin turned almost white. "You do not know where they are?" asked First Seeker Khan. "No," said Taehyun. "We have never met them in person." The tallest Allin moved to the window. It placed one 7-fingered hand against the glass and looked out at the stars. "Then why do you build temples? Why do your people pray? Why do you look to the sky with hope?" Taehyun moved to stand beside the alien. "Faith doesn't need proof. That's why we call it faith." First Seeker Khan turned all 4 eyes to Taehyun. 20 generations. 20 generations we have traveled between stars looking for them." Taehyun didn't know what to say. How do you tell someone that their life's purpose might be based on a dream? "Perhaps," he said carefully, "we can help each other understand the universe better." But the Allin was already walking away, back to the other 2. Their skins now pulsed with dark purple streaks. "We will return to our ship," said First Seeker Khan. "We must think about what you have told us." After they left, Ju-woo looked at Taehyun with worry in her eyes. What just happened? Taehyun watched the alien small ship fly back to their massive mothership. "I think we just broke their hearts." Do-hyun shook his head. "No, it's worse than that. I think we just broke their entire reason for existing." "They want to leave," said Do-hyun. He looked at the big screen showing the Allin ships. The biggest one was starting to move. Taehyun, Ju-woo, and Do-hyun sat in a small room with 5 leaders from Earth. These people made up the Earth Council, the group that spoke for all humans in space matters. Minji, the head of the council, frowned. Why? What did we do wrong? Do-young pointed to a chart on his tablet. It's not what we did. It's what we couldn't show them. They came looking for gods. Many humans believe in gods too, said one of the other council members. What makes the Allins so different? Taehyun leaned forward. We believe without seeing. They expected to see with their own eyes. That's the difference. On the big screen, they could see a video of the meeting with the Allins. First, Seeker Khan was speaking to Taehyun. You pray to empty skies? The alien asked. Its 4 eyes blinked in a pattern that showed deep sadness. You build great temples to beings you have never seen. How do you live with such pain? The video showed Taehyun's calm face as he answered. Faith doesn't need proof. That's why we call it faith. The Allin in the video pulled back like it had been hit. A life built on hoping instead of knowing. How very sad. Minji turned off the video. So they're leaving because they think we couldn't help them find these gods. Yes, said Taehyun. But it's worse than that. They've been to hundreds of star systems already. They've met dozens of other living beings. None have been able to show them their gods. Their whole reason for being is falling apart. Ju added quietly. Another council member, an older man with white hair, shrugged. Let them go. It's not our problem they built their whole life on a dream. Do-young shook his head hard. You don't understand. The Allins have been searching for 20 generations. Children have been born, grown up, and died on those ships, never seeing their home world. All because they believed they would find their gods among the stars. And all they found were other confused living beings like us. Finished Taehyun. The room went quiet. On the screen, the Allin mothership was slowly turning, getting ready to leave Earth's solar system. Can we help them? Asked Minji after a long silence. Taehyun looked at her with hope in his eyes. I think we can, but not by showing them gods. Then how? Asked another council member. By showing them something else, said Taehyun. Something they already have but don't see. Ju looked confused. What do you mean? Taehyun pointed to the Allin ship on the screen. Look at what they've built. Their ships can cross stars faster than anything we have. Their medicine can cure problems we still struggle with. Their computers can think in ways ours can't. So, asked the white-haired council member. So they did all that while searching for gods, said Taehyun. They think they need divine help to be complete. But look at what they've already done on their own. Do-young's eyes lit up. You're saying we should show them their own achievements. Show them they don't need gods to be amazing. Exactly, said Taehyun. They're looking for something greater than themselves. Maybe we can help them see that they've become something great during their search. Minji nodded slowly. A new way of thinking. It might work, or it might make them angry. We have to try, said Taehyun. They've spent so long looking up at the stars that they never looked at what they were building with their own hands. The council members looked at each other. Then Minji stood up. Call them, she said. Ask them to wait. Tell them we have something important to share about their search. Taehyun nodded. And if they won't listen? Minji looked hard at the Allin ship on the screen. Then find a way to make them listen. Because no one should lose their purpose if we can help them find a new one. This is crazy, said Ju. She walked back and forth in Taehyun's small office. You can't really mean what I think you mean. Taehyun sat calmly at his desk. I mean we should help them. By acting like they're gods. Ju's voice got louder. That would be wrong and cruel. Not by acting like gods, said Taehyun. By showing them what they've already done. He pointed to the window. Outside, the huge Allin ship hung among the stars. Look at what they built while searching for divine help. Their ships can go faster than ours. Some of their tools are better than ours. They did all this while thinking they were incomplete. Do-young nodded slowly. I see what you mean. They need a purpose, not a lie. Exactly, said Tae-yun. We won't pretend to be gods. We'll help them see that maybe what they were looking for exists inside themselves, in what they've built, in what they've become. Ju stopped walking. And if they don't accept that idea, if they need gods outside themselves, then we give them something else to think about, said Tae-yun quietly. A mystery worth solving that doesn't need gods to explain. He showed them pictures on his screen, old human religious books next to complex math problems and star maps. We'll show them that looking for answers is good in itself. That's something humans learned long ago. What if they get angry? Asked Ju. What if they think we're trying to trick them? Tae-yun stood up and looked out the window at the Allins ship. They've spent 20 generations looking for gods. In all that time, they found nothing. Yet they keep looking. That shows they want to believe in something bigger than themselves. So instead of gods, we'll give them a new idea to believe in, asked Do-yun. Yes, said Tae-yun. The idea that the search itself has made them great. A beep came from his computer. Ju checked it. They've answered our call. They'll send a small ship to meet with us tomorrow. Just 3 Allins, including first seeker call. Good, said Tae-yun. Now we need to prepare our presentation. Do-yun, I need you to gather everything we know about the Allins' history. Ju, work with the computer team to create images showing what we want to say. What will you do? Asked Ju. Tae-yun looked down at an old book on his desk. It was his grandfather's Bible. Next to it lay books about other Earth religions. I'm going to learn everything I can about how humans have searched for meaning without proof. Because that's what the Allins need to learn now. Later that night, Tae-yun met with Minji. They walked through the space station, looking at the stars through the big windows. Do you think this will work? Asked Minji. I don't know, said Tae-yun honestly. But I do know that losing your purpose is one of the worst things that can happen to a person, or to a whole people. The Allins deserve a chance to find a new one. And what if they reject our ideas? Asked Minji. Tae-yun stopped walking and looked at the distant Allin ship, shining in the starlight. Then we keep trying, because that's what humans do. We try, we fail, we try again. Maybe that's something we can teach them. Minji nodded. The council agrees with your plan. We've chosen someone to lead the meeting with the Allins tomorrow. Who? Asked Tae-yun. Her name is Haesung, said Minji. She's studied many Earth religions and knows how to talk about big ideas in simple ways. I think the Allins will listen to her. Tae-yun nodded. Good, because tomorrow might change everything. For them and for us. As they walked away, Tae-yun took one last look at the Allin ship. He hoped they were ready for a new way of thinking. A way without gods, but with just as much wonder. Haesung took a deep breath before entering the meeting room. She was tall with short black hair and calm eyes. Today, she carried the hopes of all humans on her shoulders. Ready? Asked Tae-yun, standing by the door. Haesung nodded. As ready as I'll ever be to tell aliens they don't need gods. Inside the room waited 3 Allins. First Seeker Collins sat in the middle on a special chair built for their tall, thin bodies. The walls were covered with star maps and pictures from both human and Allin history. Thank you for agreeing to meet with us, said Haesung, bowing slightly to the Allins. We have something important we'd like to share with you. First Seeker Collins' 4 eyes blinked in turn. We will listen, though we prepare to continue our journey. 20 generations of searching cannot end in failure. Haesung nodded to Do-yun, who touched a button on his tablet. The lights dimmed, and pictures appeared in the air between the humans and Allins. The pictures showed ancient human cave paintings, Egyptian pyramids, old churches, modern space stations, and finally, the first human town on Mars. This is our story, said Haesung, not just of our religions, but of how our search for meaning pushed us forward. Many humans believe in gods, but what brought us together were the questions we asked, not the answers we found. The pictures changed to show Allin history, based on what they had shared with humans. Your search has taken you across the stars, Haisung continued. You built amazing ships. You made tools and medicines we're just starting to understand. All because you were looking for something greater than yourselves. First Seeker Khan's skin rippled with colors. You mock our failure. No, said Haisung firmly. I admire your journey. Because the journey itself, the search, is what makes both our species special. She walked closer to the Allins. You came here looking for your creators, beings who would make you complete. But look at what you've already built, what you've already become. You've crossed the stars. You've seen wonders few beings ever see. You did this yourselves. The second Allin leaned forward. Without finding the gods, it means nothing. Why? Asked Haisung. Why can't the journey itself have meaning? Why can't the search be as important as what you're searching for? The third Allin stood up suddenly. This is against everything we believe. You tell us to give up our sacred quest. No, said Haisung calmly. I'm telling you to see your quest in a new way. Not as a search for beings who will complete you, but as a journey that has already made you remarkable. First Seeker Khan was quiet for a long time. Then it spoke in a voice so soft the humans could barely hear it. If what you say is true, then 20 generations have lived and died for nothing. Taehyun stepped forward. No, not for nothing. For the journey, for the wonders they saw, for the things they built, for the knowledge they gained. Haisung touched a button, and a new picture appeared. It showed Earth, small and blue against the blackness of space. This is our home, she said. We've spent thousands of years wondering if we're alone in the universe. Now we know we're not. Meeting you has changed us forever. And maybe, just maybe, meeting us can change you too. The three Allins looked at each other, their skin changing colors in complex patterns. Finally, first Seeker Khan stood up. We will think about what you have said. It goes against all our teachings, all our beliefs. But its four eyes blinked slowly. But perhaps there is wisdom in your words. After the Allins left, Taehyun turned to Haisung. Do you think we got through to them? Haisung looked at the door where the aliens had gone. I don't know. Changing a belief that has lasted for 20 generations won't happen in one day. But I think we gave them something to think about. Dohyun was looking at his tablet. Their ship hasn't moved. They haven't left our solar system yet. Taehyun smiled slightly. Then there's still hope. For 3 days, the Allin ship stayed in place. They did not leave, but they also did not talk to the humans. Earth's defense ships stayed alert, though Taehyun told everyone there was no danger. They're thinking, he told the council. This changes everything they believe. On the 4th day, a small Allin ship left the big mothership. It asked to land at the moon base where humans had set up a meeting place. Only first Seeker Khan was on the ship. Haisung met the Allin leader in a garden the humans had built to show Earth's plants and beauty. The tall alien moved slowly, looking at the water and trees with all 4 eyes. Your words have caused much trouble among my people, first Seeker Khan said at last. Some want to leave right away. Others are so angry they want to destroy your world. Haisung stayed calm. And what do you want? First Seeker. The alien was quiet for a long time. I want to understand. Our great-great-grandparents began this journey because our old books told of creators who would welcome us. We thought we would find powerful beings beyond anything we could imagine. Instead you found us, Haisung said. Normal beings who also look at the stars and wonder why we're here. Yes, the Allin skin changed colors in ways the humans still couldn't fully understand. But your doubt doesn't stop you. You build, you explore, you create even though you don't know why you exist. Haisung smiled gently. Maybe that's the point. Maybe looking for answers is what gives life meaning. First Seeker Khan held out a hand. In it was a small crystal that glowed with inner light. This has our sacred writings. Would you read them? not as someone who believes, but as another seeker. Maybe you will see something we have missed. Haisum took the crystal carefully. I would be honored. Some of my people think I am wrong to trust you, the Allin said. They think I betray our faith by listening to beings who don't know the gods. Change is never easy, said Haisum, but sometimes it's needed. The first seeker looked at a small flower growing near the path. Your world has so much life, so much beauty. Did it all happen by chance? Or was there a plan? That's the big question, isn't it? Said Haisum. Humans have been asking it forever. Some think there's a plan. Others think it's chance and natural laws. What matters is that we keep asking, keep looking. The first seeker's top two eyes blinked. For 20 generations, we looked up at the stars. We never thought to look at ourselves, at what we were becoming. It's not too late to start, said Haisum. Later, when first seeker Kaln had gone back to the big ship, Haisum took the crystal to Do-hyun's lab. Can you read it? Tae-hyun asked, looking at the strange object. I think so, said Do-hyun. Our computers can translate their language now. It will take time, but we can do it. Good, said Haisum, because I think the answer to helping the Allins is in their own words, their own history. We just need to help them see it in a new way. Tae-hyun looked out the window at the huge Allin ship hanging in space above the moon. Do you think they'll stay? Do you think they'll listen? Haisum held the glowing crystal carefully. First seeker Kaln is listening. That's a start. Sometimes all it takes is one person willing to see things differently. And the rest of them? Asked Tae-hyun. That, said Haisum with a small smile, is where faith comes in. Not faith in gods, but faith in people. Faith that given time, they can change. Do-hyun worked day and night with his team to read the crystal. After 3 days, he called Tae-hyun and Haisum to his lab. His eyes were wide with surprise. You need to see this, he said, pointing to his screen. The Allin sacred text isn't what they think it is. Haisum leaned closer. What do you mean? It's not a religious book, at least not when it was first written, explained Do-hyun. It's a science report from thousands of years ago. It talks about advanced beings who visited the Allin homeworld when they were still very simple creatures. Tae-hyun frowned. Advanced aliens. Yes, but not gods, said Do-hyun. The original text calls them travelers from beyond stars who shared knowledge and then left. They promised to return when the Allins were ready to join them among the stars. Haisum's eyes lit up with understanding. Over time, that promise turned into religious beliefs. They weren't looking for creators. They were looking for teachers who said they would come back. Do-hyun nodded. Exactly. And look at this part. He pointed to words on his screen. It doesn't say, when you find us, you will be complete. It says, when you find us, you will have completed the journey on your own. They've already done what those visitors wanted, whispered Tae-hyun. By building ships to search the stars, they've already become what their teachers hoped they would be. We need to tell them, said Haisum. But carefully. This could change their whole world. Later that day, they met with first seeker Kaln. The tall alien sat very still as Do-hyun explained what they had found. If this is true, said first seeker Kaln after a long silence, then our journey was based on a mistake. Not entirely, said Haisum gently. Your ancestors were visited by advanced beings who shared knowledge and wanted to help you grow. That much is true. The mistake was in thinking they were gods rather than fellow travelers on the great journey through space. First seeker Kaln's 4 eyes all looked at the floor. I must tell my people. Some will be angry. Some will not believe it. Change is hard, said Tae-hyun. But think about what this means. Your people built amazing things, crossed huge spaces between stars, all by yourselves. No gods guided your hands. You did this. The Allin leader stood up, towering over the humans. For so long, we thought we were nothing without the gods' help. To think we did so much on our own. It is hard to accept. Take time, said Haisum. Read the texts yourself. Talk with your people. We're not trying to destroy your faith, just to help you see it in a new way. First Seeker Khan reached out one long hand and touched the screen showing the ancient text. The travelers wanted us to grow, to learn, to reach the stars on our own. And we did. We just didn't know it. When the Allin left, Taehyun turned to Haesung and Dohyun. Do you think they'll accept this new understanding? Some will, some won't, said Haesung. But at least they have a choice now. They can keep searching for gods, or they can take pride in what they've built with their own minds and hands. That night, Taehyun watched the Allin ships from a window. Some smaller ships had left the big mothership and were moving in different directions. What's happening? Asked Juwoo, coming to stand beside him. I think some Allins are deciding to go their own way, said Taehyun. Some will keep searching for gods. Others might go home. And some, he smiled as one ship moved closer to Earth, some might want to learn more about living with questions instead of answers. Is that good or bad? Asked Juwoo. Taehyun watched the ships moving through the darkness of space. It's freedom, and that's always a bit of both. 1 week passed. The main Allin ship stayed near Earth, but many smaller ships had left. Some went back toward their home world. Others went out to continue the search for gods. The rest stayed with the big ship, waiting to see what would happen next. First Seeker Khan called for a meeting with the humans. This time, 20 Allin leaders came to the moon base. They sat in a big circle with Taehyun, Haesung, Dohyun, and 5 members of the Earth Council. We have read the ancient texts, said First Seeker Khan. We have talked for many days and nights. The alien skin showed deep blue and purple colors moving in patterns. The humans had learned this meant deep feelings. And what have you decided? Asked Minji, the head of the Earth Council. An older Allin stood up. Its skin was almost white with age. This changes nothing. Without the gods, what reason do we have to live? What purpose? The same purpose you've always had, said Taehyun. To explore, to learn, to grow. Your people built amazing ships and crossed huge distances between stars. You did all this yourselves. No gods guided your hands. Another Allin spoke up. But our whole society is built around finding the gods. If they are just advanced travelers, not creators, what happens to our beliefs? To our way of life? Haesung leaned forward. Your beliefs don't have to die. They can change, grow, like living things. The travelers who visited your world long ago wanted to help you. They wanted you to reach the stars. You've done that. You can be proud. The room filled with the soft sounds of Allins talking to each other in their own language. Their skins changed colors as they spoke, showing their feelings. At last, First Seeker Khan raised a hand for quiet. For 20 generations, we have searched for gods beyond ourselves. The Allin leader said, maybe it is time we looked inside, at what we have built, at what we have become. The oldest Allin shook its head. I will not give up the search. Some of us will continue looking for the true gods. That is your right, said First Seeker Khan. Others will return to our home world. It has been too long since we saw our own sun, our own skies. And you? Asked Taehyun. What will you do, First Seeker? The tall alien looked at each human with its 4 eyes. Some of us wish to stay, to learn from humans about living with questions instead of answers. If you will allow it. Minji smiled. We would be honored. Later, Taehyun and Haesung watched from a window as the Allins went back to their ships. It's not what I expected, said Taehyun. Some leaving, some staying. No clear answer. Haesung nodded. That's how it should be. They're making their own choices now, not just following old beliefs. Do you think the ones who keep searching will ever find what they're looking for? Asked Taehyun. Maybe not gods, said Haesung, but maybe something else worth finding. That's the thing about a journey. You never know what you'll discover along the way. Dohyun joined them at the window. First Seeker Kaln asked if I would help study the ancient text more deeply. There may be other things we've all missed. What did you say? Asked Taehyun. Do-hyun smiled. I said yes, of course. I have questions too. Maybe we can find answers together. Outside, the Allin ships were moving, some heading out to deep space, others turning toward their distant home, and some moving closer to Earth, ready to start something new. Not an ending, said Haesung, watching the ships. A beginning. 1 year passed since the Allins first came to Earth. Now 5 Allin ships stayed in orbit around Earth. Almost 300 Allins lived on the moon base, learning about humans while teaching humans about their own people. Taehyun, now with the new title of ambassador to the Allins, walked through the space station with First Seeker Kaln. They met every week to talk about how their people were getting along. Your people learn very quickly, said the tall Allin. They already speak our language better than we speak yours. Humans are curious, said Taehyun. We've always wanted to know what's beyond the next hill, the next ocean, the next star. They stopped at a big window looking out at Earth. The blue planet hung in the blackness of space like a jewel. We have news from the ships that continued the search, said First Seeker Kaln. They have found 3 more worlds with thinking beings. None were gods. Are they disappointed? Asked Taehyun. Some are, said the Allin. Others are starting to see things differently. One ship has asked to return to Earth. They want to learn your way of thinking. Taehyun smiled. They're welcome here. What about the ships that went back to your home world? They send messages often, said First Seeker Kaln. They are building new things, schools to teach young Allins about the universe, centers to study the stars. They no longer build temples to gods they've never met. And your people here? Asked Taehyun. Are they happy with what they're learning? The Allin skin showed warm colors of yellow and orange. Most are. Some still find it hard to live without the old beliefs, but they are trying. Your idea that the search itself has value. This is new to us, but helpful. They walked to a room where humans and Allins worked together. Some studied star maps. Others looked at plants from both worlds. Young Allins sat with human teachers, learning Earth languages. We have a question to ask, said First Seeker Kaln. Would Earth join us in a new journey? What kind of journey? Asked Taehyun. A ship with both humans and Allins, said the alien. Going to places neither of our people have seen before. Not looking for gods, but looking for knowledge. Taehyun's eyes widened. A joint mission. That would be amazing. But it would take a lot of planning, a lot of work to make our technologies work together. We have time, said First Seeker Kaln. And working together, I think we can do great things. Later, Taehyun met with Minji and the Earth Council to tell them about the Allin proposal. It's a huge step, said Minji. Are we ready for this? I think we are, said Taehyun. And I think it's important, not just for what we might find out there, but for what it means for both our peoples. What does it mean? Asked one council member. Taehyun thought about the Allins, who had traveled for 20 generations looking for gods to complete them. It means neither of us has to search alone anymore. It means we can face the big questions together. The council voted yes. Earth would join the Allins on their new journey. That night, Taehyun looked up at the stars. Somewhere out there, Allin ships were still searching for gods. Others had gone home to start new lives. And here, a new path was beginning. Humans and Allins traveling together, not seeking divine answers, but finding their own. Not the end they expected, he said softly to the stars, but maybe a better one.